G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Majestic Gaming's. Now we have a very special video feature for you today. We have the Need for Speed cam hack or slash interior cockpit view that I'll be showcasing to you guys today in a tutorial slash guide. So how do you get this camera view? Well, I'm going to show you something, okay? So first off is we're going to run the 2016 Need for Speed climatic tools as administrator. Now I'll be posting a download link in the description below where you can access this. So basically what this allows you to do, as you can see here now, is it's starting up the GUI for the cam hack, as you can see. As you can see here, you've got the GUI found and everything is receiving. So first of all, just to run you through a bit of a basic rundown, is you've got movement speed, rotation and roll speed and override. Basically the speed that you can move the camera around to sort of lock it in the way that you want to do it. You can also freeze time in the game, lock the car, which I'll be showing you how to do. Disable game input as well, so you can either choose to enable the controls to lock it, like the camera and everything else as well. And you can also use the keyboard and the controller if you've got them selected on how to access the camera angles. So I'll just load into the game now and I'll show you how this works. Alright. Just another thing I'd like to mention, ladies and gentlemen, is a quick warning too. Once you have this camera enabled in the game itself, the garage will be inaccessible. The only thing you'll be able to do is go into the garage and deselect it and come out of it again. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's exactly what I've found so far. So what I'm going to show you as an example is when you first load into the game, you can do this prior when the game is running. But I'm going to load into the game now, as I'm going to exit the garage and jump straight into the gameplay. I'm going to show you exactly how this works and what happens with the garage when you try and select it when it's enabled. Now what happens if you enable the camera hack and you either disable it or reset it while trying to do the main game, you'll be stuck into the garage. So what will happen is you'll be unable to move around and you'll be stuck on a certain feature, as you can see here. But you won't be able to move around. The only thing you can do is select it by vehicles and leave the garage. You will not have an option to select your current car to upgrade it or access a car that's already there. So as you can see here, we've selected onto the visual customization of the Fox Body Mustang, but we have no visual affection of the car itself and we are unable to see it as it is bugged. These things are not perfect, ladies and gentlemen, these things do happen, but pros with cons is if you're using the cockpit view and you don't reset the tool completely to its proper right, you'll have bug like stuff ups here and there as well. It is not permanent, ladies and gentlemen. Once you use this camera tool, you will have to readjust the car every single time that you choose to play the game again. It's just the way these things work. For me, I haven't found another way to do it so far. But hey, that's how these things happen. Okay, the first thing you want to do when you load into the game is... Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the camera hack. We're going to enable it. As you can see here, it is toggled it on and off. Now we want to do the first thing to make sure is lock it to car. Now reason being when we lock it to car is it stops it from Okay, the way that you use the camera angles by using the keypad on your keyboard is you use the arrow keys to look up and down and left and right, as you can see. I'll show you how to change the speeds in a second, and you also use the numpad to move it around to different positions. So you use 7 to move it up, down. You can use 1 and 3 to rotate left and right. You can also use the arrow keys 8, 4, 2 and 6 respectively for the keypad. Number keys to move it forward and back, and 7 and 9 is to raise it left and right. So you might be wondering is how the hell or how do I manage to change the speed of the arrow keys to a slower pace so I can actually control it? Well, that's pretty easy. We'll just move straight over back into here. We want to put the movement speed, select that, 0.5, rotation speed the same, roll speed again at 0.5, and override FOV at 0.5. Actually, we want to put that at 50. Alright, now, what you want to do first is make sure that it's locked to car. I'll show you exactly what happens when it's not locked to car. Alright. as you can see here. Okay, these things work a lot differently when using the keyboard to a controller. As a prime example. Another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, is if you don't enable the camera properly itself as well, the camera will freely move around when you play the game. So you always want to make sure that the controller is locked to the car for the cockpit view, unless you like to try and test out different types of views and what you can manage to do with it. You can sort of play the game sort of like a GTA style, I guess, if that's sort of what you want to do, but that's entirely up to you. So when you have the camera ready and set up in the way that you see fit, jump straight back over to the tool and disable the keyboard and controller. Make sure that game port is locked and car is locked, as it will allow you to freely drive around in the game itself. Alright. And when you're ready to drive around again, just disable the lock in-game tools or in-game controls, and then you'll be able to drive around freely. As you can see here, it's pretty mad as well. So expect a couple of things too. This game isn't perfect. Occasionally you may see your arms bug out a little bit and spaz left and right. That is supposed to happen as far as I'm aware. It's due to the sprites not being able by the mod itself to comprehend the way that the game is played. After all, the cockpit view is supposed to be inaccessible by purpose, and finding other means necessary to play the way that the game is meant to be played causes strange things and bugs to happen. So don't worry about that. Another thing you'll find is the cockpit will light up too. Depending on different types of sprites and headlights, things will get darker, things will get brighter as well. And when you're being chased by police, thus so your cockpit will light up with yellow, red, well not yellow, but red and blue lights, as if you're being chased, obviously. So yeah, please expect the game to crash a couple of times as well. The more that you click the tool on and off during the gameplay, the game will spasm out, so it will choose to crash the desktop, or completely freeze, or go completely white. I'm not sure why this happens, it's probably just the way it works with glitches and bugs, but hey. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide that I've shown you today, / tutorial. If you enjoyed this and it helped you, please give this video a massive thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions about the game itself or the cockpit view, I'm happy to answer them. And be sure to subscribe for more tutorials and let's plays on our Need for Speed 2015/16 series. If you feel like it, come and check out some of our previous videos. But hey, if you just like to stick around and see some more Need for Speed action, we're uploading a Let's Play every day for Need for Speed 15/16. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Until next video, MG out.